Welcome to Bern, Switzerland. Now this is not exactly Bern, this is a campsite. I'm showing this and I'm recording this because this is probably going to be our only experience at a campsite in Switzerland. The reason why I say that, camp right there in a spot with a pitch, with water, with electricity is like $60 US. Ridiculous. So we're here for one night because we had no choice. We got here like around 10 o'clock at night and we had to just find a place. We couldn't find a place to stop for the night. So here's where we are. Now to give you an idea of what 60 bucks gives you, it looks like a spot, nothing glamorous. It's in a more sort of, I guess, organized fashion. Now the reason why I think that these are more coveted is that during the busy season, which is not right now, then this gives you more space. Whereas where we stayed, which is essentially like a parking lot, which is right part of this campground, but they also have like a stop and go location. Now the advantage of being here versus there is that you pay less, but you still get full range of the services like showers and dumping. So this cost us 45, 48, almost 50 bucks. Once again, highway robbery, but in a pinch you have to do it. And the campsite's fully outfitted with all the stuff for the kids. You got playground and a whole bunch of other stuff. You know, it's good, but you know, $60 good. Anyway, we gotta go. We're going to Interlaken right now. Okay, so we're pulling out of here pronto because we have to get out of here before they charge us for another day. Because at 50 bucks a day, that is more than half of our budget for each day. And we're gonna go into budget and everything else. Ooh, wow, look at that.
Are you sneaking out the back way, Will? Because we actually overstayed our welcome a little bit. He said we could stay later.
He said we
but
could
I think
stay.
Later.
Yeah, they were very kind to us, and they are now basically saying Auf Wiedersehen because we are in the German part of Switzerland. Auf Wiedersehen, and we're heading to Innsbruck.
Innsbruck? No.
No.
Interlaken.
Interlaken.
Where's Innsbruck?
Austria.
Oh. We're in Austria.
Welcome to Switzerland.
Our goal when we started RVing was to live as simple as possible. And for us at the time, that meant taking our 8 bags and 8 carry-ons down to maybe half or 3/4 of that.
We have a new goal now.
We have a new goal.
And that goal is
crazy.
to stay off the grid as much as humanly possible because we don't want to spend a dime on a campsite.
So no campsites. Do you think we can do it?
It's a challenge.
We have everything we need. We have electric, we have water, we have heat.
We have solar.
We have Wi-Fi. We don't have laundry.
Yeah, but we have a lot of clothes.
And we have 2 kids.
And so we're heading to, at this point, Interlaken.
Via
Bern.
Burn, baby, burn.
We spent a lot of time down in the south by Lake Geneva, but now we're heading north and we're heading east.
East.
Because we're eventually heading towards Germany. So this is our place for the night tonight, and this is actually pretty spectacular. Interlaken has 2 lakes.
Fantastic. It really is. Show them the
I
view.
I don't play it enough, do I?
Show them the view. This is free.
This is absolutely gorgeous. And essentially, we are on the one of the lakes right here, Lake Thunerassen, something like that. Interlaken is on. It's an area between 2 different lakes.
See, that's why they call it Interlaken, which means in between lakes.
Exactly. And essentially, we have a roadside view of the lake, and this has been our home now for the next night.
Probably the
nights.
next week.
And we have tons of space here. It's totally free, and the kids have enough room to play around and do school.
Park for Night, is that what it's called?
Yeah, we used an app called Park for Night, which
and they said there's 2 spots, and actually you could probably fit 3 RVs
you can fit 3 here. And
it's right off the road. But
and if we're selfish, we can break out a table and stuff like that.
You park facing the lake. I mean, it's really incredibly beautiful.
Enjoy stuff like this, guys. I wish these what do you call it, shoes could like walk on water. That would be awesome. Just try it.
So for some reason, September and Switzerland, they just don't get along really well.
Rain, 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 rain.
And in a small vehicle like ours, when it rains a lot and you can't use the outside, there's not really a lot of room for us to spread out, especially when everyone has schoolwork, regular work.
See, I personally don't mind the small space. We're 21.5 feet or just under 7 meters. And I think it bothers me and probably Largo the least. Will doesn't like the small space that much, but when it rains, guys, I am beside myself. There's no access to outside space. We have to cook, eat, school, work, take calls, go to the bathroom, all of that in the small space. And we're good for a couple days, but
yeah.
mad scientist.
And we're actually about a 5-minute walk to a campsite which has a camp store. We're trying to make Switzerland work for us because Switzerland so far is the most expensive country that we've been to in a really long time, especially in this RV.
I'm glad we have a lot of, can you put this back in the cupboard? I'm glad we have a lot of quinoa and couscous and lentils and stuff to kind of hold us over.
I'm getting a little tired of pasta.
You're tired of pasta?
At Avalon,
when you're hungry, you'll eat anything.
We're having pasta tonight too.
Spicy pasta.
We're on a budget, guys, and we're trying to make this budget work because for 2 years, although we're working, we want to make sure that we sort of stick to a budget because we want to make sure that this plan is accessible for just about anyone. And sometimes you have to make sacrifices like pasta 2 days in a row and quinoa.
Avalon's gonna grow up never want to eat pasta. Do you know, Avalon, when Daddy and I lived in New York City, we were so poor. Daddy was going back to school and I was working at Bloomingdale's as a designer, and we ate so much pasta that I did not eat pasta for years after that. Remember, I mean, really, it's only been recently that I've started eating pasta again because I just couldn't even, and even now I can't go to Wendy's because date night was like, remember the 99-cent meals at Wendy's? On Saturday night, we'd go to the 99-cent meals at Wendy's and we'd spend like, what, $5, and then we'd walk around the village all night for free.
My family is crazy.
All right, who likes errands? Raise your hand. See, no one raised their hand. No one likes errands. In our stationary life, I had so many errands. I felt like I was doing an hour of errands every day for something of someone who needed, I don't know what, anyway, so when we started traveling, I was determined to cut those errands down. And we have very few errands traveling, but we have even less in the camping car. And even now when we do them, we're still kind of like, oh, I don't want to do the errands.
Groceries and taking out the poop.
And laundry.
And that's it.
And I don't even consider laundry an errand because, I mean, I know we have to go outside of our RV, so it is an errand, but it's not really considered one, I think, in most people's eyes, right?
Right. So errand day for us in Switzerland was essentially, we had to take the RV in to get our heater fixed. The heater is still being temperamental to us. And we discovered a big lesson when it came to motorhome repair shops. Today is errand day, and we have a couple things we have to accomplish in this town of Interlaken. We have to, number one, oh gosh.
You have to put that in the video.
That happened twice. Okay. So we have to number one, we have to take care of this tripod stand, which is actually not a tripod stand, it's a suction cup mount. So I don't think the suction cup mount works well on this table. Lesson learned. Number two is we have to get our heater fixed. Now we've been driving around for the last week and a half without our inboard heater, the one that manages the hot water and sort of the internal heat. That hasn't been working either, and I think it's a quick fix. I'm not sure. I'm hoping. We're going to go to an authorized heater specialist and see what they say. If it's a quick fix, then we get it done. If it's a bigger fix, then we figure out from the person we bought it from what the deal is. But we need that because, you see this? It's because we've been really reluctant to take a cold shower because the water outside is kind of cold.
And smell that?
And smell what? And smell Okay, and we gotta get groceries as well. So we're at a place called Top Camp, and we're in Interlaken, Switzerland. And this is a pretty big RV outfit. Looks like they have like hundreds of RVs for sale. It's a really big place, actually a lot bigger than any place we've seen so far in France. Apparently this tells me one thing, that because although this is not a tiny town, it's not a large town, and I would not expect an RV place this large to be in a place like this, which tells me that a lot of RVers come here. So if you're in an RV, you may want to check this place out. All right, so I have an issue with my heater. It's the brand that you guys work on, something with a T. the hot water heater, and it doesn't want
You
to.
have a combi heater.
A combi heater. I'm not sure. We just purchased this.
So you have the heater, and inside is a boiler.
Yes,
The hot water.
Good
Hello,
morning.
Good morning.
Don't mind our mess. Sorry.
Okay, so it was working before, and now this won't turn on.
How many days you stay here?
Till Friday?
Till Thursday, Friday.
Thursday or Friday.
Until Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, I will check with the.
Okay. All right. So here's the issue with our heater. This is our heater down here. It is a trauma heater. It's not like a trauma, like a hospital, but that's the name of the brand. Those in the RV world apparently know it's apparently a big brand. I have no idea. But essentially, this is what it is. It covers the internal heat and then also covers the hot water. It's like a boiler as well, which also gives us our hot showers. Thus, we have not had hot showers in a while because it's not working. What seems to be the issue, or at least sort of what we think is the issue, is that this right here, which is the thermostat, or at least what controls, the hot water, I guess, yeah, the thermostat, that is not turning on. So we don't know why. I don't think we can ever know why. That's not necessarily our thing. But we're here to find out why, and we're going to see if they can fix it, because basically without hot water, there's no way that we can get ourselves clean with a willing set of kids. So we have to get that taken care of ASAP. And while we wait for the guy to come fix our heater, this place is outfitted with a tremendous store. I mean, it's got just about everything. And honestly, I am not the minimalist Jessica is. But there's certain things that I cannot do without, such as a coffee maker. Mine broke. All right, so bad news about the heater. We don't have an appointment. I know.
Apparently it's still kind of busy season and they cannot fit us in this week.
Right, so right now we're gonna have to suck it up for a little while. We may have to get a campsite for a night. We're trying to keep this on the cheap, remember? So in the meantime, they gave us a phone number for someone to call.
Did you try and throw around your YouTube status? Maybe we'll feature them in a video if they get us in?
No.
Maybe you should have tried that.
I don't think so.
We're big.
So we're at a grocery store here in Interlaken, and we've been warned heavily, don't go any grocery stores because you're going to spend too much. Don't go to the gas station because you're going to spend too much.
So those are two things we need in life, right? But we made sure that we gassed up and
We
filled up with food.
Right, 1,000%.
But how long have we been here now?
About a week and a half.
A week? We've been in a week and a half?
Just a week and 2 days, something like that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're out of food. So we're going to fill up
So
now.
we have to fill up as much as we can with as little as we need until we can get to our next country.
And I think we're at a discount store, so we're going to fill up
We're trying to do as much as we can.
little lemonade because we don't want to buy again until we get to Germany.
But with everything now being no longer in French and German, it's a big challenge to try and get
Google
everything
Translate.
understood what it is.
But we can see it. I mean, it looks really good. That's the problem, right? It looks so good you want to buy everything.
You just gotta be careful with anything that's called red, like red potatoes or red peppers, because they call it rot. So instead of thinking it's rotten, it's actually just red. That threw me off.
Should we just get one of everything? One of everything, Will?
I think so.
What do you think this one is? This looks like apples. Oh, that's apple. Yum. This is a new one. Vanilla. All right. And what's that other one over there? We're gonna have to take a picture and go back and Google this so we know what it is. What does that look like, Will?
It looks like
Raisins?
Looks like a McDonald's apple pie.
It does. That's what it is. I think you're right.
So all in 115 Swiss francs, which turns into like 120 US dollars.
Which really is half of what I expected in comparison to what we've been paying for little things picking up here and there. So I believe
This is a good deal.
I believe we're probably at a discount grocery store,
But
which
I like
is
it
fine
though.
with us.
Yep.
Back when I was in college, 2 years ago.
2 years
Okay,
ago.
why are you staring at me? 25 years ago, when I started college, my parents encouraged me to do a semester abroad. And I did. My junior year at university, I spent 5 months in London, and it was life-changing for me. That is where I got the travel bug, and I never really jumped on it back on that level of travel again until, a couple of years ago, but it had a huge impact on me. And a lot of the places that I visited during my 5 months in London, different countries in Europe, are going to be part of our travels through Europe, and Interlaken is one of them. Oh my gosh, look to the right, look to the right.
Blue. Wow.
Oh my gosh, yes, this is not enhanced. Look at this place. Oh my God, it's beautiful. 25 years ago, I lived or spent a semester in London. I traveled around many parts of Europe, and coming to Interlaken was one of the things that I did with my mom when we did a trip for about 2 weeks around Europe when she was visiting. I fell in love with this place. Now, oh my gosh, look at that. It's really still incredibly beautiful, but obviously in 25 years it's become a little more built up, but not in a bad way. It is touristy, however, it's adorable, and it's a photographer's dreamland. Blue water, adorable, quaint buildings that are very, the architecture is very, I'm losing my words. The architecture is very quaint and just plain out adorable. So you have to check it out here. Oh wow, this is a really touristy street. Well, we're getting the full tour.
So rainy days and sunny days, there's a big difference between the two.
Have there been any sunny days in Switzerland?
There were few and far between.
There was one. There was one, half a day.
We thought we were going to crack and sort of go crazy, but then the sun showed up and we were super excited.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness we're going to survive.
It makes such a difference when the kids are outside and they're playing and we actually get to...
We need the vitamin D. I mean, really, if it's true. I don't know how
we
people
need
live
our
in
space.
I don't know how people live in Seattle. I couldn't do it.
But we had a really cool day in the outside in which we just sort of got outside and saw what Interlaken was and how beautiful it was. Because up until then, all I saw was like a rainy windshield, which is no fun.
Rainy windshield.
And what a difference a day makes. Yesterday was about rain and about clouds and about sort of all being stuck inside. Today is the sun. Look at this. Our solar panels are being juiced up. We have outdoor space. This is another rest stop, another place that we can stop for the night here in Switzerland. This country, honestly, they may say that this is probably the most expensive country to tour, and I'm not going to disagree, but in terms of being able to just boondock, be able to wild camp, be able to sort of free camp, this place is amazing because look where we are. Hold on, right here. Once again, right back on the lake. And then we are parked right over there, and excuse me for the bad panning on the on my little tripod here, but essentially this place is spectacular, and we've been sitting here for the most part of the day, you know, getting schoolwork done, getting work done. So today is Tuesday, and we still have tomorrow and Thursday to get our regular weekday rituals done. We're gonna try and break it early on Thursday to start enjoying this area. That's how we're partitioning this life, or at least how we're trying to partition this life. We know that it's going to be tough to try and sort of see everything like tourists, because we're not tourists. We're still working, we're still educating and everything else. But essentially, if we do this sort of 3 days off, meaning on sort of vacation, and 4 days on, meaning work, then I think we can make this work. And in the meantime, Largo is doing, and Avalon, they're both actually doing some homework now. So this is what we have here. It's language class time.
Il tue beaucoup de gens.
We're branching into some new food tonight. I am making lentil burgers because we are really making an effort to eat vegetarian. Not 100%, I'm not going to commit 100%, but we're making an effort. So here goes. So if you have anything specific you want to see, message me and I'll share it with you.
You having fun with the Insta stories?
Yes.
If you guys don't know, Jessica is a powerhouse on Instagram. Well, I don't know about a powerhouse, but
oh my gosh,
she does like it.
Look at this, Will. I don't want to leave this free boondocking spot. And they said it wasn't so in Switzerland. Hogwash.
I am doing Chinese calligraphy on a rock with a burnt stick of wood that I found.
I'm currently on the phone with DJI. DJI is the maker of this guy, my drone. And my drone has been giving me issues for, I don't know if I call it issues, but it's been wanting to upgrade the firmware, but yet it doesn't want to upgrade for some reason. So I'm on the phone with them, and they're actually walking me through it now. It seems like it's going to work. Last time I flew it, which was the footage that we just shown now, the very end of it gave me like this really shaky gimbal nonsense, and let me show it to you right now. It's really awful. But essentially, I know that it's time to take action. Before, if you let the firmware upgrade not happen, then for like a week, then you're okay, because clearly it wasn't that much of an issue, because you didn't hear a worldwide panic attack of DJI drones falling from the sky. But now I have to take action, and I think it's gonna work out okay. Look at that. It's at 100% upgrade complete. Now I can fly free and at least not be a liability. Once again, our goal is to boondock, to wild camp, to get out there off the grid as much as humanly possible, because we're trying to stay on a budget, right?
But sometimes, well, this was the first time.
When the rain gets to us,
It'll never happen again.
it is one of those things where you try so hard to stay vigilant to your cause, and you're out there and you're saying, I will not cave. Listen,
I think we're okay when it comes to the cold, right? We've been okay with the cold. It's the rain.
but this was really hard to be out wild camping for so long. Okay, it's been raining now for like 5, 6 days. It's been raining for a really long time. And the problem is with cloud cover, we get no power. And with no power, we can't function.
And we get grumpy family members.
And we get grumpy family members.
We get grumpy Jessica in the rain.
But I still go out and get the daily bread in the rain. Pretzel bread is so good. But I think that it's just now becoming one of those things where we have to like cave. I don't want to cave.
I think we've done a great job so far. Ooh, you can tell I've been in the rain too long. I'm like shouting with a knife at the camera. I think so far we've done a great job. I would say we have boondocked probably at least 90% of the time, and that's our goal. However, after being in this country for what, a week now, Will? Has it been a week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Almost.
And I think it's rained every day except for like 3 or 4. Our systems are becoming depleted, so I think we might have to bite the bullet and go to a campground.
You stay in the cage.
Hey, Sunshine!
He's coming back to me.
He's like, that little guy will let me out.
Dad can't even film me so fast.
I can.
Come on, Sunny. My way, my way, my way.
So we had to give in. We had to go to the campsite because imagine, we had 4 days of just all cloud cover and not enough solar to energize what we had to do. We didn't want the car being on all day long because we just don't think it's a really safe environment for the kids to be in. And more than anything else, with the weather, we just needed to be spread out, and we needed a little bit of time so we can re-energize our brain. And honestly, being in here all day long, it gets a little claustrophobic when you can't be outside. This thing in perfect weather is awesome because we get to be outside, inside, and we have enough solar to keep us going. However, because of the fact that just the whole situation hasn't been working, we had to go and we had to find a campground. So it is Monday morning. No, it's not Monday morning. So,
Thursday.
It's Thursday. Close.
It's Thursday morning and we're at the campsite, and it feels like we slept for like 5 days because we've had a chance to get out of boondocking. I feel like we failed, Jess.
I feel like we're at a hotel.
Well, that too. But if failing means that we feel rested, and I'm not complaining.
This doesn't offer that much. We can shower. We get a shower here.
There's a giant chest set in
It was nice to have a big shower with hot water. We do have more of a yard here. We are hooked up to electricity, but then our toilet handle broke off. So
Seriously, the electricity's the only like.
I don't know. It does feel like we're at like a 5-star hotel right now.
No, it doesn't for me.
No?
I wouldn't be here. I'd rather be at our spot over there.
You'd rather be boondocking? Well, don't worry. We're going back tonight.
But now we get to run and take a hot shower afterwards.
That sounds so
Which
nice.
means we get to run, because otherwise we did not run.
Here we go. Let's go, Ross. Let's go, Jim.
So being here at the site is giving us not just the opportunity to sort of recharge and get a little space between us, because honestly we've been a little too tight, and this is not necessarily something that we're used to, because we've been in the RV now for like 2 months now, and so far it's been fantastic. I mean, we've been to Paris, we've been to Normandy, we've been all over the south of France, and so far there's been no issues. It's the added dynamic of the school which is making it just a little bit of an adjustment period that we have to get used to. This day that we had now, where we can actually sit outside next to the cars, is giving us a chance just to spread out and sort of redefine our sort of focus. This is a good thing.
You say the word.
I'm not gonna say it. We
caved. We went to a campground.
I mean,
you all know that now.
I mean, in hindsight, thinking about it, you know, there are times where you have to break down and go get some fast food.
And there are times where you just stick to your guns, and then you're miserable after. And we both. I mean, what was the driving force behind? I think, weren't you?
The kids were just having no one was loving it in the rain in the RV, and when he finally got that space, it was really good.
We needed that space, and I don't know if this is going to be the case every time, but whatever our mental state at the time, and we had just started homeschooling a couple weeks before, and we had a lot of work, that we could have not stayed in that RV another day in the rain without. I don't think we would have killed each other. I mean, I'm not going to be that extreme, but it was not pretty, right? It was not pretty.
So we're going to end this here, because this is, I would call, a week in the life, non-adventure, sort of educational by learning on the go, not any of that stuff, and this is what it looked like.
I hope this isn't a dull video, guys, but I think it's important to show, you know, all angles of this life. And I'm not going to show you us having a complete breakdown in the RV, because that might be really depressing. But this is what it is, and some weeks are better than others. And we are in Europe. We are not in the Caribbean. This is not always warm or dry or anything.
No, we just know we have to go south real fast.
We're heading south.
We are.
Kind of.
But what would you do? Would you have caved if you had this goal in mind? Or would you just say, you know what, I think I need my sanity more than I need my accomplishment to be checked off?
I don't regret it. It was awesome. Will made that yummy meal. We did laundry, took hot showers. It was wonderful. And we're still in the RV.
So make sure you subscribe and check us out next time on WorldTowning, where we'll probably still be in Switzerland. Yeah.
Are we never leaving Switzerland?
We're going to be here for a while.
We're going to starve to death. Remember, the groceries are expensive. We got to get out of here fast.
We got to get out of here fast.
Of course. But we're happy because we're getting a nice home-cooked meal from Will. Check this out.
The joys of having 6 amp voltage for electricity. We get to run everything. We get to charge everything. We get to cook with a crock pot. And if we're lucky, we may even be able
Watch
to...
Largo fall asleep with a fork in his mouth. Are you tired, buddy?
No, I'm thinking get all our reserve batteries all charged up as well. But yeah, that's a good nice one as well.
What you doing, Azzy?
Making jewelry.
You starting on your Christmas presents?
Sure.
Look at that gorgeous view.